Hello guys, welcome back to another Minecraft DATAPACK video. Today we're going to be making a meteor wand, like that, with some recursion and some raycasting. It's a little more complicated than my other videos, but should be easy to understand. And it's pretty cool. Launches the meteor down, makes a little particle sigil. Okay, let's get into it now. Okay, now I'm in Paint. I'm going to show you what I mean by raycasting and recursion, and how I'm going to code this, basically. So, basically, if this is the player, raycasting is to look from the player's eyes here, and then where they're looking at. So if I'm looking down like this, then it's going to draw a line, basically, and then mark this location, that where I'm going to drop the meteor down. So in order to do this, in the command, I'm going to be running a command, executing at the player's eyes, and slowly moving forward increments of a block until I hit something that's not air. And once I do, then I'm going to be running my meteor and all that stuff. And this only all happens if the player right-clicks their stick. Okay, now I'm in my data pack, which I'm using Visual Studio Code for, and I'll include a template in the description of the video, along with the completed data pack. So first, in the advancement folder here, I made a file called Meteor, and this file is going to be rewarding you with an advancement if you right-click a stick with the specific custom data, which is Meteor 1. And this is going to be giving you the reward of running a function. So here, I'm in my first file, 1-click, and the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to be executing at the player's eyes and starting this raycast off. So here, I'm going to be executing the command at myself with the eyes and positioned at my location. Then, I'm also going to add a little sound, because this is when I right-click the wand, so some enchantment noise. And now into the next folder, to init, which is I'm going to be initializing what I need. But first I need to make it two scoreboard objectives, so I'm going to go into this load function here and add scoreboard objectives, add meteor steps and meteor success. This is going to be how many steps forward that it's going to be incrementing. So, like if I want to move like 5 blocks forward, I would be using 50 steps, or 100 blocks forward, I'd be using 1,000 steps, something like that. And I'm also going to be adding a scoreboard objective for a timer, because I want to add a cooldown later to this. So after this, go back to init, and I'm going to be initializing the steps to be 500, so it's going to be traveling 50 blocks forward before it stops. And I'm going to set this success to 0. The success is going to be set to 1 whenever I hit a block in the game. So when I raycast to a block and it hits here, it's going to be success 1. After this, I'm going to be running the actual ray now. So I'm going to go to the next function, ray. And with this, I'm going to be first putting a command called this one. So if the ray is at a block that is not air, then it's going to run the next one, which is hit. And then I'm going to be executing that if the meteor steps is at 1 step left, because it started at 500 and I'm going to make it go down to 1, it's also going to stop. And then I'm going to remove a step every time this ray moves forward. And lastly, if there are any steps left, so if I'm at 500, it's going to be running this one, and if it has not hit anything, because meteor success is 0, then I'm gonna move the ray forward 0.1 block. So it's gonna move 1 tiny inch forward every time, like this, and then until it hits a block, which is when it runs this function. So now, when it's actually hit, we're gonna be using the effects. So since it hit something, we're gonna be setting the success to 1, so it doesn't keep going. And then we're going to be summoning a fireball 10 blocks into the air, which has negative Y motion, so it's going to move downwards. I also increased the explosion power and made it glow. And then after this, I'm going to be actually putting some particles because it summons that little sigil here. So if I go in effect, I had a generator online with a ton of particles that made that shape, so I'll link a video where I got this from. And then lastly, if we want to try it in the game, we can. Okay, now if you go back into game, I included a command that will give you this special stick. So it's going to be a stick with the custom data Meteor 2, and it's also going to be consumable for 1 million seconds, meaning that we can actually right click the stick. So now we have it, and if we right click, it's gonna summon that meteor. But if you notice, we can't do it again, and there's also no cooldown, so we gotta add that too. Okay, now that we're back into the data pack, we gotta add that timer. So let's go into this. Actually, let's go back into the initial click. Here we're gonna actually, when we right click, we're gonna make us have a timer. So we're gonna scoreboard add players as timer, and we're gonna set it to 2 seconds. And then we gotta add some stuff in this timer function here. So first, I'm gonna be scheduling this to occur every 1 second, and then calling it here. So function timer. So that actually starts the 1 second timer. And then I'm going to make it so if you're, actually I'll put all of this in there now. So first, this is the most important one. Every time this is called, then everyone with a timer score of 0 or more will get 1 timer score removed. So if I'm at 2 seconds after I right click, it's going to subtract this to 1 and to 0, and then it's after this it's going to reset my score. So and also allow me to right click the wand again with this advancement reset. And then all through this time, for everyone who has the timer on cooldown, I'm gonna show a message to them with the cooldown 3, 2, 1 with the score as one of the objectives there. And now, when you're back in game after you reload the server, and if you right click, you can notice that it's successfully reset and there is now a cooldown system. And that should be it for this video. If you have any questions or problems understanding this, feel free to let me know in the comment section, and also let me know if you have any suggestions for future videos. I'll see you in the next one.